There is nothing wrong with your television set. Do not attempt to adjust the picture. Melissa's Service Pack 7 is now controlling transmission.
Uh-oh.
Hey everyone, Melissa Service Pack 7 here. And today we're going to review one of my favorite shows called Ripples. And you can see the episodes, full episodes, on I think it's Mr. Renard or Renard Cotton. I cannot remember the name of his channel. I'm so sorry. Sorry, I just got a text message from my mother. I'll put this in the video. People always tell me I look like my father. So I texted my mother a picture of me with a Snapchat filter, and it gave me a black beard. My hair was wet, so my hair looked black, and my dad has long black hair and a beard. Okay, well now it's gray, but you know, when I was a kid, that's what he looked like. So the Snapchat filter had the black beard, and I put it on. I sent it to my mother. My mother writes back and she goes, "Your father thought that was a picture of him." Alright, so Renard Cotton, or Mr. Renard, I'm sure he will comment on here and mention the name of his channel if you want to check out full episodes of Ripples. Okay, so I have this written down in a notebook because I have a lot to say, and I wrote it down because it's just easier for me. I don't like the way the angle is on this camera. Okay, so basically, if you know me, you know how much I love old educational PBS shows for kids from the 70s. Love them! Okay, I could watch them all day and night, every day for the rest of my life. I also like ones from the 80s too, but the earlier the better. So in this video, we're going to talk about the PBS show called Ripples. Okay, this is possibly one of the earliest shows made by, I believe it's AIT, but then I think they were first called NIT, National Instructional Television, and then AIT was the Agency for Instructional Television. I can't remember the order which one came first. Sorry. All right, so they were mostly made in the year 1970. I'm going to review a few of my favorite episodes with you and then give you some inside information about the filming locations and some of the people who are in the shows. I've also noticed that most of the actors and actresses on these shows are not even given credit for their appearances, and they don't have their names mentioned. Now, don't get me wrong, I've heard some names mentioned, but they've been far and few between. I want to make these people known and give them the credit that they deserve for making or contributing to such an awesome show. The other things I'm going to be discussing and reviewing with you are some of the filming locations from certain episodes and a few other hidden surprises. Now, I can't cover all the episodes I want to cover in this one video, so we're probably just going to cover one episode in this one, and then I'm going to turn this into a series, okay? So, I wrote a lot. So let's get started. The first episode we're going to review today is called Fire, and it tells the story of a young man named Charles Marenka who's studying to become a fireman. The narrator tells us that he's training at the Tenley Street station on Engine 20, Truck 12. I've done some research on this information and have found a discrepancy. The fire station isn't called the Tenley Street Station. It may have been referred to as that back in 1970 when this was filmed, but today in 2020 it is now known as Engine Company 20, and it's located at 4300 Wisconsin Avenue in Washington, D.C., not Tenley Street. Okay. So where exactly does the name Tenley Street come into the picture, you're probably wondering, right? Well, is it a fake name? Not exactly. if we move around to the right of the fire department on Google Maps, we can see a sign that says Tenley Market Liquor. Okay, so perhaps that's the corner street by Wisconsin Street. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe it really was called the Tenley Street Station 50 years ago. Who knows? Now, as for the true location of this firehouse, it is located in our nation's capital, Washington, D.C. According to the Google Maps image, it looks almost exactly the same as it did 50 years ago. Now, I bet you're probably wondering if Charles Marenka ever became a real fireman, like if he passed his test and all that. Well, the answer is yes, he did. Okay? In fact, I have found him. He has a Facebook page. Yes. Have I contacted him? No. I just didn't, but it's him because I'm real good at tracking people down. I should work for the FBI. But anyway, according to his Facebook page, okay, which I'm going to show you, I'm going to put a video next to me while I'm saying this, if possible. Sometimes that doesn't work out, so if you don't see a video next to me talking, it will be after I'm done discussing this, okay? All right, and I will just narrate it for you. Because the app I use to do that, sometimes it just doesn't work right, and then I get mad and I give up and I don't want to do it, and so, yeah. All right, so, you can see, actually, maybe I should just read this. I should probably read some of this stuff with the video just in case this doesn't work out, because then I'm just going to be repeating myself and I'm going to sound like an idiot. So I'm going to try and make a duplicate video. I'm going to read this stuff so that I can put it side by side with the actual screen footage of Charles Marenka's Facebook page. So you can see that he is indeed the same guy taking the test to become a real fireman on Ripples, okay? And again, it was filmed in 1970. The show has a date in 1970 at the end. However, it could have been filmed in 1969, but wasn't actually put on the air until 1970. We don't know. Okay, so let's get to it. Okay, so as we're looking at this screenshot, according to Charles Marenka's Facebook page, it says that DCFD 69 to 91, that means the DC Fire Department, District Columbia Fire Department maybe, from 1969 to 1991. That's how long he worked for the fire department, so he's obviously retired. I had a brain fart. Was he a fireman from 69 to 91? Yeah, that's what it says. The name matches up. I also checked the spelling of his last name, and it does. You know what I mean. I'm having another brain fart again. Sorry about that. Okay, so the shows, let's see, we already said that. The numbers don't lie, okay? The picture on his profile does bear a very close resemblance to the young man that we saw on the show. So, yeah, so that's the first episode of Ripples that I'm reviewing with you. And then the next one we're going to do is called Millions of Pies. We're going to talk about that because I actually was able to track down the lady that worked in the pie factory and made cakes and was a baker. Now, I'm not going to tell you any more about that because that's for another video, another time. I want to keep you in suspense. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. Bye.